we will talk in detail about lighting and how to have a good lighting in the VR experience. Without proper lighting, all the details in the VR experience will be very dimmed and they'll not be appear as they should. Controlling various light sources helps you create the perfect experience. That's why lights play a very key role in developing a VR experience. Now, to demonstrate the importance of lights and how we can use different kinds of light in the VR experience, let's see the basics of lights and its tools. So let's start with first creating a simple plane and a cube to show the various effects of the lights. So here I'm using the hierarchy menu, 3D object, creating a plane. I'm starting the auto generate lighting. As you can see, my coordinates are 0, 0, 0, which is at the origin. I'll create a cube also and displace it by 0.5 just to show it. I'll also create a sphere just for the betterment lights so that we have multiple objects and we can see the effect of the light much more clearer. So I've created a sphere. I'll just place it over here. Now, the first type of light that you see is the directional light. Now, what is a directional light? A directional light is that kind of light which lightens the whole world. So think about it as the sun in your system. So right now, by default, whenever you create a new scene, you always have the directional light that is being created. So I have clicked right now on the directional light, and over here you can see the type as the directional light. We will be looking at the other types such as the spot and point in our next section, but we first are focusing on the directional light. Right now the color is a sort of yellowish. I can change the color also of this word. If I click on color, I can change the color. You can see the different kinds of color that are happening. So right now in the world, the color of the light is changing. So think about the evening time where you have different color lights, you have yellow light, you have orange light. Similarly, you can place this light with different colors so as to illuminate it with different types of light. Here, the mode is, there are three types of mode: real time, mixed, and baked. Real time is what happens instantaneously. So any changes in light will happen instantaneously. Whereas baked is something that happens once. So baked lights is something that we'll look at in the later stage, but what to give you a gist, baked lights are something that happens once. Intensity, I can increase the intensity of the light or decrease the intensity of the light. So it's like simulating bright daylight as compared to evening. So I can increase the intensity and decrease the intensity. I can have no shadows. So right now, if you see, there are no shadows at all, and I have hard shadows. So shadows which are very deep curves, which are very hard curves, and have that kind of thing. I can have soft shadows. So shadows which have become very soft. Change the angle of the big shadow angle. So it changes the angle of the light that is being used. I can change the strength of my shadows. I can have the shadows be very weakly placed. So depending on how I want to eliminate the shadows, I can have the shadows very weakly placed. I can change the resolution of the shadows. I can have it a low resolution shadow, a medium, or a high resolution, depending on the kind of realism I want in my entire VR experience. But at the same time, shadows are something that take up a lot of memory. So the reason you have these different options is as you look at various VR experiences which you have to run on a cell phone, you have to kind of balance all these shadows and lights so that it does not become too heavy for the cell phone. You can change the biases, how the of how close you want the shadows to appear. You want the near plane, far plane effect. Cookies is something like a, so think about objects being illuminated onto a shopping mall. So you can have, say, a star through which a light is going. So think about that star being illuminated onto your entire account. For example, I'll show you one example over here. I'll click a check mark over here. So you see a check mark is illuminated. It is as if between the sun and this ground, there is this check mark available. So a cookie is basically like a an object which is present between the sun and the light source and the ground, which and the light source is eliminating that cookie source. I'll remove this off. Cookie size, I can change the cookie size, I can draw a halo. It kind of gives a halo effect around the light source, which is very useful when you are actually trying to say simulate an object which has a halo around it, and so on. So this is how the various light sources or various directional lights are used in our current setting. Now, as I said, we'll look at other types also. So what I will do is I'll duplicate this directional light, and I'll name it as, first I'll show you the spotlights. I'll rename it as spotlight. For our purpose, what I'll do is I'll just disable this directional light. We have the spotlight, and now I'm selecting this spot. So you see over here, this spotlight is actually like the spotlights that you can see in various movies or cameras, which is focusing on a particular area. These spotlights, you can change the range of these spotlights. So you can have increase the range, which increases the intensity. You can change the spotlight angle. So you want, so it's like changing the spotlight. You're increasing the intensity of the spotlight. You're changing the angle of the spotlight. So, and you're changing the color. So for example, you want now a reddish color. So depending on how big you can change it. So right now you can see me moving the spotlight also. But depending on how the object is coming, see now you can see that intensity is happening. Now you can see the spotlight is going through this sphere, and the sphere shadow is being illuminated along with the spotlight. So you can see over here, I can change the intensity of the spotlight. So I can make it very bright and very dark as compared to very slim and very shadow. So you can see that. So again, with this, it has various options such as the shadows and the cookies and all. So spotlight is basically used when we want to focus on a particular area and use this area like you do in various movies or you do with various camera. So the option of spotlight is really very helpful if you want the person to focus on a particular area. I'll now create another. I'll duplicate the spotlight again to show you the next kind of light. What I want to show you is next is point source of light. Now I'll explain you what point source of light exactly is. I rename it as point light. I disable the spotlight also, so that this spotlight. So a point source of light is like it's like a bulb that you have in your room. So think about this point source of light is placing bulbs at the side of your room. So each point source of light is like a bulb. So these point sources of light actually illuminate a particular area. For example, now you can see this point source of light actually illuminating a particular area over here. I can change the range again. I can change the spot angle. So again, these point sources of lights, I can change the color. So you can see over here, I mistakenly was working on the other spotlight. I am right now on the point light. So again, you can see various colors being put over here. You can see the intensity. So you can see a bulb kind of effect. So the range is the range of the spotlight that you'll be seeing. The intensity is how intense you want the spotlight to be. So, and again, you have the shadow types. Again, this point light I definitely use in the part of my VR experiences where I want a bulb kind of effect or I want a illuminated hall kind of effect. So that time, this point of source of light is very, very useful. So that's the kind of time we want to use this point. So we looked at a spotlight. What is a spotlight? We looked at what is a directional light. We looked at what is a point light. So area lights is when I want to make an area which is full of light. So instead of adding many point sources of light, I can illuminate an entire area that has various objects and all will be illuminated using this option. So we use basically the area lights when we want a particular area that is there to have equal illumination also. So that's the use of area source of light. Now, another thing that we will look at, I'll just close this point source of light and I'll go back to directional light. Okay, I'm back to directional light. Now, another use of one of the things is that what if your object, instead of static, is dynamic, is moving, like the rollerball game you saw. If your object was rolling based on user input, you want that light source to be much more dynamic as compared to much more static. So in that case, what we use is something called as a light probe group. I'll show you where the light probe group is. If you go into the hierarchy menu, go into under light and you will see the light probe group. So a light probe is used to show direct and indirect lights to dynamic game objects in the game. So this is a very useful option, especially when you're looking at dynamic sources of light. So mainly what happens is people play around with the spotlight, directional light, and point light more. And whenever they feel that the dynamic effects are not enough to actually simulate realism, they go towards these light probes. So definitely try out these light probes whenever you're trying to build a game, because then if you have something moving, you will understand what is the importance of this. So this concludes what we are talking about lights. So do play around with these lights to understand how these lights are affected by the position, the rotation. So you understand where to place your lights to give that sense of realism in your entire VR experience. So in the next lecture, what we will focus now is on the reflections. How do you reflect game objects through other objects? So we'll be looking that in our next lecture. Thank you very much.